You can still vote on our web poll at toronto.ctv.ca, and we'll have the results at the end of the show. In business news, you could be in for longer lineups if you fly Air Canada.
And there are a couple of big merger deals for Canadian companies today. Donna joins us now from Report on Business Television. Hello, Donna.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Chris. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, indeed. A couple of big deals for Canadian companies today. One in the energy sector, one in the gold sector. We have Canadian Natural Resources will pay $4 billion for the assets, the Canadian assets of Anadarko Petroleum. 85% of these assets are in natural gas. Anadarko is based in Houston, Texas. And in the gold sector, we have Toronto-based IAMGOLD buying Quebec-based Cambior for $1.3 billion. This is a stock deal. The deal would create the world's 10th biggest publicly traded gold company, expected to produce 1 million ounces of gold a year by the year 2008. And if you fly Air Canada, you could be in for some longer lineups. The Globe and Mail reports that Air Canada is going to cut over 300 jobs next month at airports and call centers across the country. Now, the biggest cuts is coming at Pearson International Airport, with 116 customer service agents being laid off. The Canadian Auto Workers, the union representing the workers, says this is going to be result in much longer lineups and, of course, those waits over the phone when you're trying to grab a flight.
Now, Donna, I've heard of cars being recalled, but to my knowledge, I've never heard of a scooter being recalled.
Yeah, this is new for sure. Remember the Segway scooter? It was introduced several years ago. It was supposed to alleviate the need to walk around. Anyways, over 23,000 of these are being recalled because there is a risk of falling. I'll explain. It is run by a software, and there's a glitch in the software which could make the machine unexpectedly apply this reverse torque to the wheels, and that would cause a rider to fly right off. The company has received 6 complaints of riders suffering head and wrist injuries. Now, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says consumers should stop using them and contact the company for a free software upgrade. Scooter software upgrades. There you go. Maybe they'll put some warning labels on them too.
All right. Thank you very much, Donna.
Thanks very much.
Have you noticed your energy bills are high?
Expecting to hear about Ford and its restructuring plan.
Well, Kate, Ford has come out saying that they actually will release that plan tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. They're going to issue a press release detailing what they're going to do with this company and how they're going to try and turn this company around. Now, there have been some reports that they may cut up to 6,000 white-collar jobs, and there'll be some plant closures. One consulting firm called Global Insight says it thinks that Ford's going to shut down the Michigan truck plant. It says it might also shut down the St. Thomas, Ontario plant. They're basing the information on suppliers, though, not on the company itself. So this is what they're pretty much speculating. The plant in St. Thomas, Ontario makes the Crown Victoria and the Grand Marquis vehicles. And a report out this morning, which touched a bit of a nerve with investors, is saying that a report out of Detroit News is saying that an internal document shows that this company, Ford, may lose $9 billion worldwide this year, $6 billion from their core auto parts, their auto sector alone, not counting the credits. The board of directors has been meeting for the past couple of days, discussing what they are going to do with this beleaguered company. It is the second biggest automaker in the United States after General Motors, and Toyota even looks to take over GM as the biggest if their sales continue. So troubled times for Ford, but we will hear more details tomorrow morning as to what they plan to do. This will be the third restructuring plan in 5 years. They got a new CEO last week, so it should be interesting to hear what they have planned.
Now, here's something I want to hear about. Microsoft is unwrapping a rival to the iPod. Is it any cheaper?
You know, they're not even saying how much it is right now. They've
Really?
unveiled this product today, and talk about boys and their toys, and size really does matter. They've come out, it's called Zune, Z-U-N-E, don't touch it, Kate. 30 gigabytes, plays music and video. They're trying to, of course, to take a run at Apple's iPod, which has 75% of the U.S. market for digital media players. So Zune has a 3-inch screen. iPod has a 2-inch screen. Zune also has built-in wireless and FM radio tuning technology, something iPods don't have. They're also launching Zune Marketplace, which is where you can download and buy music, like the iTunes store for the iPod. Now this, interesting enough, comes just 2 days after Apple says that it's revamping its iTunes line, making all kinds of changes, more memory and smaller versions. They've even got a version of 1 gig iPod Shuffle that's the size of a matchbook you can carry around. So the battle is heating up right in time for the holiday season.
Yeah, funny about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now give us a quick look at the markets. How are we doing today?
Well, we've got the TSX Composite Index down now about 65 points on lower energy shares. The price of natural gas hit a 2-year low today, and the price of crude is also down. Wall Street, however, is hanging in okay. It's fairly flat on the day.
All right, Donna Guzik, thank you very much.
Bloodletting today, Donna?
Yes, Dan. Yeah, Linda decided to take the day off. She didn't want to tell you that TSX Composite Index lost 127 points on the day. We went down this afternoon, mostly on lower energy shares. That's because the price of natural gas actually hit a 2-year low after a U.S. inventory report showed that there was more natural gas than they expected in inventories. The price of crude also fell 70 cents today, so it was those energy shares that were dragging the TSX down. Wall Street not bleeding as badly. The Dow Jones down 15 points, NASDAQ up by 1.
Where's crude right now?
Crude has ended the day at $63.27 U.S. It was down 70 cents on the day.
Wow, that's pretty good for drivers anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned natural gas. I take it a Canadian gas company just got a little bit bigger?
Yes, indeed. Canada's second biggest gas producer, Canadian Natural Resources, is picking up the Canadian assets of Anadarko Petroleum. Anadarko is based in Houston, Texas. They're paying $4 billion for these assets. Now, 85% of these assets are in natural gas, and that's going to help Canadian Natural Resources in their gas holding. That's going to increase their holdings in northern BC and Alberta. It's going to increase their gas reserves by 45%. So they're getting bigger on the natural gas side. Anadarko, in part, was selling these assets because they had paid $21 billion a little while ago for 2 companies, so they needed to pay some debt down on that.
The U.S. automakers are certainly going through some tough times right now. We understand Ford is announcing its restructuring plan tomorrow. Are people in Oakville, Ontario nervous today?
I don't know if people in Oakville, Ontario are nervous today, though, Dan. There is one consulting firm called Global Insight, and they are saying that the plant in St. Thomas, Ontario may close. We've got reports saying that the United Auto Workers are telling their people that expect payouts like other car companies have to cut some of the costs. We are expecting to hear job cuts and plant closures, and not only by union people getting their jobs cut, but perhaps some of the white-collar folks as well. This, of course, is a tough situation for Ford. They've been losing market share over a long time because of foreign imports. And another report came out this morning from the Detroit News citing an internal document saying that the company would in fact lose about $9 billion overall globally this year, which is an enormous amount of money. $6 billion losses coming from the auto sector, or the auto sales alone. So this company clearly in trouble. They got a new CEO last week that they pulled over from Boeing. This will be their 3rd try at a restructuring in the past 5 years. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. That press release is coming out at 7 a.m. Eastern, so we'll just see where the cuts are going to come from in Canada and the United States.
If the markets are down again tomorrow, Donna, do we see you again?
You know what? No way. Linda can take care of it.
Okay. Nice speaking with you. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dan.
Commercial right now. We'll have a short pause. CTV Newsnet continues, though. Stay with us.
Television shows. I'm not sure after a while there's going to be any judges left on the bench. They're all going to be on TV. But I like this idea of sending her to Washington to handle the impeachment trial. We should also give her the Middle East crisis to take care of, and we should sit her down for a tough talk with Saddam Hussein.
Everything's settled. So she goes to Washington to the Senate. She has Monica Lewinsky, Vernon Jordan, and Sidney Blumenthal testifying tomorrow. The Senate votes Sunday. Monday, the decision is made. We all go back to real life.
Judge Judy, get on the next shuttle down to Washington.
And we'll be right back.
A crucial warning for parents-to-be. This simple device used the wrong way is turning too many births into tragedies.
It was very devastating because more than anything else, I wanted her brain to be okay.
Dr. Nancy Snyderman asks, why aren't more doctors aware of the risks? When 2020 Friday continues.
If you're considering shopping on the internet, we have 10 tips to make sure that your online transactions are as safe as possible. We're Canada's banks, and the tips are contained in this new booklet called Commerce Enters a New Age. Call the number on your screen and get your free copy, or download it from our website. Because the more you understand, the safer your shopping will be.
Your kids just won't leave home? It could be the Knorr Hearty Soup.
Kids, soup's on! Later.
After all, we're talking about a very filling soup with a tasty, rich broth, plump pasta, and a whole lot of vegetables in just 10 minutes. New Knorr Hearty Soup. It's satisfying.
Dad, can I borrow the car tonight?
Maybe a little too satisfying.
I care about having a body that won't collapse after 2 flights of stairs. I care for cold beer on a hot day and extra cheese on my pizza. And though I do care about healthy skin, I don't care to drink 8 glasses of water a day, thank you.
One of the best ways to have healthier looking skin is to moisturize daily with Vaseline Intensive Care.